Welcome. I am your Polkadot Specialist Vol, and today we're going to talk about Soneium and ASTAR, this new massive campaign that is about to happen called ACS. So if you like this particular episode, please like and subscribe. So with this campaign, I wanted to make sure I covered three things. I wanted to talk about the actual benefits of the campaign, what it will do with the ASTAR coin, what it's projected to do in terms of what the core team of ASTAR is trying to accomplish. I also wanted to talk about the major concerns that the ASTAR community has regarding the campaign. I want to emphasize the community is not against Soneium. They're not against that. They're mostly against how some of the campaign is being rolled out. We love the Soneium's teams. We love the fact that there is going to be a campaign. I think majority of us are for there being a campaign. We just wanted to see some major tweaks that I'll outline in how this campaign is being rolled out. But again, I wanted to reiterate the ASTAR community and the ASTAR degens and a lot of people I've talked to are for a campaign. So I want to make sure that gets emphasized. And then I wanted to talk about how the ASTAR degens DAO and its community role as being like a decentralized voice and how it kind of played out when it came to discussions regarding this campaign. So let's kind of get into it. So Jay, who is part of the core team and a community council member for ASTAR, he has outlined what the initiative is for ASTAR for Soneium. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of get into the specifics. So the ACS campaign is designed to incentivize adoption and accomplish a sustainable economic flywheel for the ASTR token within the Soneium ecosystem. From the ACS campaign, we can expect utility expansion of ASTAR. So this is where it gets into the benefits. So utility expansion of ASTAR, on-chain holder growth of ASTAR, deeper strategic alignment with Soneium, preparation for broader adoption across the entire superchain ecosystem. Now, some of these things here are looking like they're going to be adjusted, and I'll kind of get towards that towards the end. But the campaign will last 70 days from February 20th to May 1st. The required budget for the ACS campaign is up to 100 million. Good goodness. I'm going to repeat. 100 million ASTAR tokens. So I just wanted to say that within a short time. At the moment, the initial amount of days is 70. I believe there's going to be some adjustment, and I'll kind of go over that towards the end. But this is what was initially rolled out. A massive campaign between ASTAR Network, Soneium. Now, my personal thoughts. This is just me. Little old me, the Polkadot Specialist Vol. So, my thoughts are massive campaign. Massive campaign. 70 days is kind of short for that amount. I believe 100 million ASTAR tokens from the ASTAR Network treasury is like 20% of the whole treasury. So, I love the fact that they're trying to bring a lot of utility for the ASTAR coin amongst Soneium and also the superchain, which if you look in my previous video, I'll post that here. I kind of talk about the super chain. But yeah, I do like the fact that there is an initiative to bring more utility to the coin. Now, some of the background of this coin we'll kind of get into as well. Building upon years of successful development, the ASTAR Foundation recently unveiled ASTAR Evolution Phase 1.5, which is centered on 3 core pillars: ASTAR interoperability, ASTAR token expansion, and ASTAR decentralized governance. This phase reflects the shared vision of ASTAR Collective and Soneium, connecting you to Web3 and go mainstream, respectively. Okay, so as you can see, they are trying to bring some power to the ASTAR coin, and I love it. I do love that part. All right, so let's go a little further into this discussion. And this is where it kind of gets a little iffy. All right, so this is the distribution. Okay. All right, so it's really 100 million coins. All right. So the surge campaign is 25 million. Now this is where people were supporting the different Sony projects, and they're going to get some rewards for pretty much supporting the launch of Soneium. So that's fine. That is 2.5%. All right, so then we got 1% to Soneium meme coin, meme spark contest. Now this right here was a major pushback from the community, and it actually comes from experience, not necessarily just because people are just naturally against meme coin gambling and all this other stuff. I was reading some of Jay's comments in response to this, and it's not actually just based on what he was saying, you know, where he thinks that people are against meme coins. Now, the ASTAR community has supported a couple of initiatives to one degree or another, and we've seen how a meme coin did not have success, and it did not drive all of this speculative hype and things like that. So it's not that you can't make a meme coin or have some type of contest around it. It's the amount that was allocated to it. 1% of 100 million is a million? So a million coins going to a meme coin. So I think there's a lot you can do with that doesn't involve a meme coin, and you probably can get people to just do a meme coin and really not cost you much. You know, there's a bunch of meme coins going out there, you know, so the fact that there's such an emphasis to put it on in part of this campaign, and like I said, we've had experience where there was a meme coin that the community supported on ASTAR and did not do the greatest. Actually, there's a lot of money actually lost over it. And then there was also a meme coin on Polkadot that had a lot of speculation around it. I think on Polkadot they spent like $1 million for marketing, and this thing bombed. Absolutely bombed. You know, it actually divided the community because of how it was rolled out, how there was a lack of communication. So again, I think a lot of the pushback that there wasn't regarding Soneium, wasn't really regarding the idea of a campaign. It was how it was being rolled out and the lack of transparency and discussion over different points, considering it's 20% of the treasury. You know, it's like, okay. And then when the points from the community were brought up, they were almost dang near dismissed to a degree, you know, or there was like justification of why this is the decision and this is that, versus, okay, let's talk about the things the community wants. I think it was how it was rolled out that really kind of rubbed individuals in the community a little bad, because it was more like, this is what we're doing versus what would you like to do. Sometimes it's how you have the discussion that matters. That's just my perspective. But again, the community's for Soneium. Again, it's how stuff was being rolled out. I think the community would like to have an adjustment. So let's look into this meme coin, since that's the part that we're on. Soneium, the Soneium Meme Spark Season Contest, designed by SonFi, aims to elevate Soneium's total value lock, TVL, and foster a meme-driven economy. This initiative will encourage meme coin creation, community bonding, active participation, and trading incitement that drives ecosystem growth and long-term value. Now, I am not a meme coin fan. I think it's gambling. I think money can be lost over meme coins. So I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big fan of meme coins. I think I've supported with a few dollars, not much, a project that was a meme coin before, because I knew members of the team, and I wanted to show some support, but not because I believed in meme coins or anything of that nature. That's me personally. I think there's a lot of great new technology and apps and dApps coming out. So I have not been the biggest on meme coins. Now, the points that they brought up regarding a meme coin, those aren't even the benefits that I see of meme coins. The benefit I see of meme coins, it can create some excitement. Creating excitement is people think that they're going to make millions or they're going to 1,000x their money. It's gambling. It's gambling. So that's part of the excitement. Now, what I like is it does test networks. So you can send coins, and if they're very inexpensive or cheap or free, you can send coins and you can test the network, or you can send some coins to somebody, and if they get lost, who cares? Because they're not worth anything, So you're allowed to test the network and have some play money and stuff like that, and kind of send funds here and there, and that's why I kind of see meme coins having a role where people can get them free, move them around, kind of see how the network works, and be part of a fun environment. But when people put like serious money in them, they're disappointed. Like the Trump coin, a lot of people made a bunch of money, but I had people calling me when that thing was $70, talk about, should I put $1,500 in and all this other stuff. I'm like, put $1,500 in? Are you serious? It's no technology. It's a bunch of hype. When the hype goes away, the coin is going to die, and you're going to have a whole bunch of people upset. And within a week, I think that Trump coin went from $70 to $18. So they would have lost massively if they had put that money in. Hopefully they didn't. But again, meme coins have their role. I do think they can be fun. I just don't think you should put major money behind them. Definitely not a 1% allocation. It could be something that people do for fun. It could have been a side project. But why did we have to put money from the treasury to support a meme coin? If you were going to airdrop it to a whole bunch of people for free and all this other stuff, maybe, I don't know. But at the same time, I think there was better ways to allocate that particular amount of money. Now, then they had 700 million ACS. This is based on total value lock. So this is actually based on the financial sectors that are going to be on Soneium, to kind of incentivize people using DEXs, which is decentralized exchanges, And because there's some risk associated, I'm not going to go too far into what's it called? Impermanent loss. So essentially, when people provide money on there to help the trading, because it's a limited amount of funds initially, there's some risk there. So they're trying to mitigate the risk. So I can understand this money as well, So that's another point that I could see, So I'm not totally against everything that they're doing. But like I said, the meme coin was definitely a big talking point. And here, there's definitely a need to have financial services on Soneium. So you definitely want to support those. All right, so next we're going to go into what the community had to say. So this is an outline of what the ASTAR community had to say about the campaign. Again, these are things that they would like to have changed, not against the campaign in itself, but different tweaks and why those tweaks were asked for. So this is where the concerns for the community were. All right, so first point, there is no vesting period or split distribution, which may induce strong selling pressure. So essentially what's going to end up happening, and this is what I 1000% agree with, what's going to happen is people are going to get all these coins, and they're going to be like, oh, free money, and trade them in for something else, and that's going to tank the ASTAR coin price. It's going to absolutely tank it. Normally when you have a VC, or normally when you have some type of major funding for something, there is a vesting schedule over 12 months, over 6 months, broken into quarterly, something. The fact that there's no vesting schedule is like when you got 100 million coins potentially coming to the market, is like, why? Now, I read where Jay was talking about they wanted to make sure it wouldn't hinder the excitement and stuff, but at what cost? There was also, and this is my thoughts when I was talking to people in the community, why couldn't this be a shared campaign where the Treasury put up some of the money and Sony put up some of the money, half and half? Why did it have to be all on ASTAR Network? That's what it seemed like to me. Maybe I'm missing something, but that's what it seems like to me. But again, it's how it was rolled out. Everybody agrees we should do something with Sony. Everybody agrees Soneium is a great idea. Everybody wants the campaign, but it's how is it being rolled out. So, no vesting period. Major issue. The fact that the campaign is only 70 days. It says 70 days is too short to generate sufficient awareness of Soneium for 100 million ASTAR, and should be extended to 4 to 6 month campaign. So, that should be understandable. Hey, that's a lot of funds. You could stretch it out. Okay? Definitely could stretch it out. Let me give you an example. On Polkadot, the Treasury gave up a whole bunch of money to incentivize varhdx and to incentivize Bifrost, to give them incentives for people to come there and do trading. That campaign's lasting a whole year long. They are stretching it out. And I think it is doing well. They stretch it out during the whole bull market. Okay? That was the proper way to do it. Just releasing 100 million coins is just asking to punish those that have been in the project since the beginning. You're just going to tank the coin. So, I agree with this as well. Again, we should have the campaign, but do you really want 100 million released to the market? Okay, yeah. Not if you care about the health of the ASTAR coin and network. All right, point 3. The campaign budget should be divided into 2 to 3 campaigns to extend and incentivize Soneium usage over a longer period, as this kind of budget will not be available again. So pretty much once we use the funds are gone. You know, if this don't work, it's kind of like you're putting all your eggs in this basket, and if it don't work, it's going to be bad days for ASTAR network, because you're putting so much on one campaign over a 7-day period, 70-day period. So this is just the feedback. Okay. Then LFGM, so that's going mainstream. It says contenders who did not receive any reward should be allocated a small compensation. Now, on this one, that's hit or miss. That's based on perspective and stuff like that. I don't know if that one is one that I put a lot on, but I can understand how people could feel regarding this, because so much money is going to a whole another network in terms of Soneium, the L2, and only so many funds went to this particular campaign, the LFGM campaign. So I can understand why some people may want that, but again, I don't know how big that part was in the community overall. So yeah. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the ASTAR Degen's role when it came to this. So the ASTAR Degens, people in the community, there's 2,800 holders of ASTAR Degens that does voting. So if you don't have, if you're in the Soneium community, if you're in ASTAR network community, do your own research, but it, to me, would be a great idea to get one of the NFTs so that you can participate in the decentralized voice. So you're going to be part of the discussion. So when topics like this come out, if you have a difference of opinion, if you saw things differently, we can hear your voice and you can be part of the voting. So the way it works is with ASTAR Degens, we have a discussion in the community and we discuss it, and then we have a large bag of voting power. I want to say it's like 6 million coins, and depending, we could, you know, the community could have shot down this campaign very easily, you know, by voting no and then putting conviction on it, which multiplies your vote. So we could have definitely shot down the vote, but I do believe a lot of the people in the community do want the campaign. They just want these tweaks, you know, especially when it comes to not wanting the coin dumped. How fast this campaign came out in terms of what they said they wanted to do, the initiative. Okay, I think there should have been a lot more transparent discussion. The campaign being too short, and all those different points that we just talked about. So a lot of people in the community wasn't necessarily happy with that aspect and really wanted to see some adjustments. So there were very small adjustments at the moment, but I do think the voice of the community was heard to a degree, and they said the core team did say that they're you know, during the launch of everything, they're still looking to maybe do some tweaks. All right, so some different things to kind of talk about overall. So some of the adjustments here. So Jay from the core team 2 days ago replied to the Degens and the community decentralized voice, and we kind of wrote down some different points that the community talked about and presented them to the core team, and this was the outcome. So the campaign duration, instead of it ending on the 1st, is going to, looks like it should end around the 30th. So instead of 70 days, we're going to make it 100 days. I still think it should be much longer. Like I said, the one on Polkadot lasted a whole year. Maybe not a whole year, but definitely 3-4 months I don't think was a big ask, or to split it into 2 campaigns or 3 campaigns or something. But at least it's 100 days. Also, this, they wanted to correlate with, there's a voting period on ASTAR Not to go too far in that, but coins are needed to do the voting to support the different dApps on ASTAR, and they want to make sure that the dates aligned with that voting period. So that was one thing that looks like there might be some adjustment for. Then also they are going to adjust some of the meme coin allocation. So they're going to adjust that from the 10 million 1% to 5 million 0.5%. So it says, while I believe meme coin culture is one of the most critical aspects of Web3, the DAO's concern is valid. By decreasing the allocation, we can explore the potential of the meme coin while mitigating its negative impact. Okay, and they appreciated the DAO's thoughts. But that does show that the decentralized voice does matter. Your voice matters. So you can go ahead and head over to the ASTAR Degens community. You can go to the Discord. The best way is to look them up on Twitter, and there's a lot of different links there when it comes to getting the NFT. I want to say Tofu NFTs is the primary place at the moment for getting them. But yeah, go to the Twitter. Again, not investment advice. This is for utility. This is for voting purposes. So I'm not telling anybody to buy it for financial reasons, though there is a lot of utility. And we definitely believe in Soneium when it comes to ASTAR, Degens community. We're looking to migrate the NFTs over to Soneium. Been talking to a lot of Soneium teams. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I can definitely see some concerns when it comes to people that are holders of the ASTAR coin. Who wants the coin to absolutely tank because 20% of the treasury supply that's not shared between Soneium or Sony and ASTAR network, it's literally all on ASTAR's team and us and the ASTAR network. So I definitely get that. But these are the concerns. Again, the important thing is there's a major campaign coming that is going to hopefully bring some excitement to Sony and Soneium's blockchain, and going to create some initiatives and money inflow and all this great stuff. And there's a lot riding on this particular campaign because it is only going to be about 100 days, and there's going to be a lot of money thrown out there to help these different networks, and hopefully the utility of the ASTR coin ends up seeing a big upswing and great adoption with the super chain. So what are your thoughts? Tell me if I'm wrong or right below. Please like and subscribe. It'd be highly appreciated. I am your Polkadot Specialist, Var. Appreciate your time. Have a blessed day.